this edition of NewsTrack, we focus on intermodal business and visit the sales teams in Melbourne and Sydney. We visit the Drivers Depot at Kalgoorlie, check up on the progress of the new NR locomotives, as well as the construction work at Spotswood of the Loco Maintenance Depot. Hello there, I'm Keith Conlon and welcome to NewsTrack. Leading the program is Vince Graham for his quarterly review of National Rail business.
In this edition of NewsTrack, I want to report to you on National Rail's business performance for the 3 months ending September 96 and about what we're doing to develop business in the tough market we're facing. In the first quarter of this financial year, National Rail earned $118 million in revenue from our freight business. That was $10 million or 8% below budget. On a business basis, SteelLink, Seatrain and our industrial business all met their revenue budgets. Almost all of our revenue shortfall was in the intermodal business and on the Melbourne-Perth and Sydney-Perth corridors. The East-West corridor is where both TNT and SCT are operating their own trains. We're fighting hard to retain our intermodal business into Perth, and we've started to win a little back. I expect our competitors will increase their capacity in the coming months with the possibility of a new service between Sydney and Perth. We've already reduced our prices to our customers in our attempts to retain and attract new business. I want to be open and frank with you about the current tough environment we are facing. With a continuing slow economy and increased competition, I expect our revenue budget to be at least $50 million below target by the end of the financial year. So we must take strong and decisive action to give our customers the service quality they want, and we must continue our efforts to reduce costs. Our sales, terminal and driver teams must continue to improve our ability to meet our customers' needs for capacity and quality. Our success very much depends on all of us doing our best for our customers. I'm disappointed that we've not been able to introduce driver-only operation by the dates agreed in our enterprise agreement. We need to continue our efforts to safely trial and introduce driver-only operation in both shunting and line haul operations as soon as possible. We're continuing to improve the way we run our trains, and every effort's been made to improve the productivity of the rosters of all administration, terminals and driver depots. I'm grateful for the continuing commitment of all National Rail staff, because it is that commitment that will keep us focused on the challenges ahead. Looking ahead, the board and shareholders of National Rail are currently undertaking a long-term strategic review of our company. The Commonwealth Government is also considering the future of Australian National. Early in the new year, I'll visit as many National Rail locations as possible to brief you on the actions we're taking to maintain our revenue and reduce our costs. These meetings will also give us an opportunity to discuss National Rail's strategic review.
For an update on service quality in the Customer Service Division, here's General Manager John Fullerton.
The delivery of our customers' freight on time and damage-free are principal customer service objectives. Doing this better than any competitor is important for the future of the company. Our delivery performance has improved significantly over the past 5 months, despite ongoing difficulties with locomotives and late departures. Our on-time delivery is consistently greater than 80%. That fall to 84% in October was due to industrial stoppages by Westrail. We need to improve this performance towards a 95% delivery target to satisfy customers that our performance is acceptable. The number of damaged containers must also be reduced. We are now collecting information at each terminal to identify where our major problems are, so that action can be taken to eliminate the causes. Although there has been a reduction in the number of containers damaged, the cost to our customers is still far too high. I would encourage all staff involved in container handling to report all instances of damage and help develop solutions to eliminate the problem. We have now taken delivery of the first of our new locomotives. It is an exciting time and we all have high expectations of the impact they will have on our business. We must expect some teething problems, but I have no doubt that we will see major benefits flowing from improved reliability, better communications, and importantly, lower operating costs. The Customer Service Division is the largest division within the company, and much depends on us to deliver high quality freight services at the lowest cost to ensure the success of National Rail. We need to continue to aim high and become the best in the business.
In our last edition of NewsTrack, we looked at the SteelLink business across Australia. This time it's the intermodal business division, the largest in National Rail, accounting for well over half our customer revenue. Intermodal sales teams work with customers at our major terminals, while operations staff based in Adelaide assist in getting trains through on time. General Manager Faye Powell and her team have been feeling the effects of strong competition from TNT and SCT in the east-west corridors. Revenue has been seriously affected, but National Rail is fighting back with service upgrading and price reductions. Let's hear from the intermodal team about how they're responding to customer needs and the pressure of competition.
Well, it would be difficult to say that intermodal is going wonderfully because we know that our revenue's down. We know we've got a challenge ahead of us.
Here we have the Brisbane service departing on time out of Chullora, actually 15 minutes early.
It's good for us because we've never done it before. It's new and it's really interesting. Excuse me. 99% of the time it's 100% full.
This is a beautiful site, yeah.
There have been a lot of beatings because there's been little issues that have been niggling to the customer that haven't been addressed. We now have got a team in place that are a stable team. They've been there for quite a while now. They know the customers and they're addressing the issues.
This is normal service for Chullora. The boys in the yard do an excellent job for the restrictions that they have to get the services out on time.
But with the customers, we've been able to maintain most of the customers in freight forward. We got a lot of restriction at the moment regarding capacity, but now we have no lost customers.
So yes, it has been tough, and yes, we have lost business, but that doesn't mean we haven't won business back. People have come back to us. They can see that we are responding.
It's making the margins smaller. It's putting the pressure on everybody to perform, and we as National Rail are in there helping our customers perform to retain their business and to hopefully grow their business.
Well, we've got guys like Paul Cooper. He's out here every week. If I have anything that I'd like to complain about or something that I'd like taken care of especially, I'm telephoned to Paul and he takes care of it. From time to time we have our little moans and groans, but we have to expect that in this industry. Yes, they are listening to us. We get good feedback and very good response.
It depends which day you ask our customers. We do some terrific things, we get them out of trouble, and we're the best mates of our customers. On other days we'll leave a box behind and of course we're the worst in the world. But generally I think all of the customers will say that they have seen an improvement, but they believe we've got a way to go.
I've been quite impressed in the last 2 months that I've been in this position that the amount of management effort they're putting in to cooperate with us in helping me as a client and K&S Freighters generally in reduction of our running times and trying to reduce our costs and that within the terminal operations.
I think as long as National Rail and the people that work for National Rail are aware that we're both there to support the same cause, and that's the supply chain of freight between point A and point B. And we're all working together as a team to make sure that the freight gets there on time and in good condition.
Well, there's always lots of problems, and we could talk about that for a fair while. I suppose National Rail's got some problems in terms of its actual location and where it has to operate out of Sydney.
Prevention rather than cure when things do go on, like fueling the forklifts on the night shift rather than waiting for the day and it runs out sort of thing, and a bit more preventative maintenance on breakdowns. And if boxes are 6 minutes late for a cut-off and the train is still there and you can physically load the container to the train, do so. Don't hinder the flow of freight. And I mean, if there has to be a selective decision as to containers that can't travel on a certain day, come back to the forwarder or the client sending the freight and let us make the decision. Don't make an ad hoc decision based on our behalf.
We've got an excellent team in Sydney. We've got John Karamanis, who's taken over a national role to give some consistency with our bookings.
Well, it's basically coordinating the sales offices which are based in each of the regions to try and get some consistency and customer service or customer focus. I think one of the most important challenges is to make sure we can communicate that to each of the regions to let the regions know that we are all part of one team and we all share the common goal of the customer. We need to satisfy and meet customer demand.
I think there's a few unique things about the Melbourne team.
Probably sending anywhere between 4 and 7 trains out a day. They're all fairly full, very full actually. Coming up towards Christmas, you'd be lucky to find an empty train going out of here.
We never lose containers. Who's spreading rumours like that? Nolan Fernandez. I'm the Regional Customer Manager, Melbourne.
Some people say that I do have an attitude, but I don't know whether it's a great one or not.
It's going really well now. We've increased the movements out of the trailer pool up to around 2,000 for October, which is the highest we've ever recorded. That now represents about 18% of truck movements through the terminal, and we're hoping to push that up to 25% by early next year. We've had some difficulty in getting a lot of the customers to come in and actually have a look at the benefits of the trailer pool, but once they're in, once they put that toe in the water, they seem to really like it.
Customers are good, yeah, customers are great. I've sort of got a lot of background in customer service, so I find that all customers are the same, no matter what industry you work in, you've just got to satisfy them.
Rail today is better than yesterday, if I can put it that way. There's still areas for improvement. I've just come from a meeting with your chaps at the NRC, organised by Malcolm Cameron, and I think that was a very positive, productive meeting.
Something different every time you pick up the phone. So I really enjoy that.
You know, we've got some competition across the road now with the likes of TNT and SCT. You know, that competition has made us pull our fingers out, so to speak, and I think that it's just a matter of educating a lot of people in here that there is this change, there is this transition period happening at the moment, and with change comes a lot of good.
We're talking to the NRC at the moment about a couple of pretty exciting business opportunities, whereas I think 2-3 years ago we probably wouldn't have got the response that we seem to be getting now.
The guys out in the terminal do an excellent job, and very underrated, the work that they do out there, so I've got nothing but praise for them out in the terminal.
You've got to build a team. Once you've got a team in place, you have to train them. It's just like an athlete. They have to train. They don't win the gold medals the first time round. We're not winning gold medals this year, but certainly in the next 12 months we'll be building and growing the business.
Well, it's all a communication issue. If we can improve our communication lines, I'm sure at the end of the day we'll get there.
Absolutely. Even if they're only a little bit wrong, they're always right. Yep. That's the main thing. Keep the customers happy and do whatever you can for them.
I expect intermodal, rather than being the problem child within National Rail, to starting to be the star performer.
Absolutely. We will succeed.
November 28th is Loco Launch Day. There'll be a gathering at the Broadmeadow plant of Gunninans for the official handover of the NR class locomotives. Guests will include customers, industry leaders, the design and manufacturing teams, drivers, as well as our shareholders, and we hope the Prime Minister will also attend. In the meantime, the progress of the new locos has been most impressive, with more than half a dozen in service as we speak. For an update, here's Project Director Max Schuard.
Well, at the moment we're right on time. We're picking up our 7th loco in Bassendean today, and that'll keep us just a bit ahead of program really. There's been 2 types of test runs. The NR61 and NR1 have been doing type testing, which is very extensive testing. The others do some routine testing before we're released to traffic. So far they've been all doing very well. 65 had problems with this dynamic brake, but we've got over those and that will be accepted. So generally the testing's been running very well.
Unfortunately, we're having a problem with catching up with getting people on board the locomotives for training, because now we're getting all these locomotives in service, and it's a more or less get people on board so they can drive the thing, which we're finding a little bit hard. But apart from that, I think we're going to do quite well.
Excuse me, Robert, where's the CA2 control panel? Well, I'm trying to get the kettle working. I think first things first, we've got a fridge that doesn't work and the kettle's not working. Well, if I get a cup of coffee, I'll let you know. So far, so good. Serious. Pretty good.
It's the first time, apart from the classroom, videos in the classroom and pictures on the book. Yeah.
L plates? No, we don't need L plates, no. They'll be right. They'll get a C. They've qualified in the off-job component, so they've done the theory and that, so I'm here today just to give them a bit of a helping hand.
Yeah, well, 15 years experience and never seen anything like this before, so think once we get used to the computer displays and and where everything's located, it'll be pretty good.
Yeah, I think everything's laid out pretty well, actually. They've taken a lot of consideration in for the hand movements and that. Plenty of leg room. Yeah, it's good.
First cup of coffee on NR2.
At the moment, we've got full approval to run Adelaide to Perth. We have approval to trial in Victoria, powering. In New South Wales, we still have to get approval with the EPA to power through New South Wales. The problem leading in Victoria is simply the communications. Once we've got the communications on board, we can then communicate with the Victorian Train Control, and we'll be able to lead into Victoria. New South Wales, by contrast, is the Environmental Protection Authority. We do have to get a pollution control authority from them before we can run the loco through New South Wales. We're certainly looking at that in the next week or so to achieve that end. The accreditation process for the locos has been an extremely frustrating process. We've had every different authority has had different requirements, and we've had to knock them off one at a time. There hasn't been any quick way of doing it. The problems are all but overcome now. It's simply a question of how quickly we can solve it. By Christmas, we'll have 20 locomotives delivered to us from 10 from each side.
An old maintenance depot site that at the height of World War II employed thousands for the Victorian Railways is having a new lease of life. It's the location for the new locomotive maintenance depot at Spotswood in Melbourne. Due for completion by May 1997, construction is well underway.
Construction started in July of '96 and work will progress at an intense pace with activity going on in all trades. We have up to 75 people on site at any one time, and they cover all trades from track work to building and steel work, and all the electrical works commenced. So there's a huge variety of and intense activity going on. The immediate building you can see directly behind me is the wash facility. As you can see, there's steel erections going on and all the fittings internally. The main administration and locomotive maintenance building is the one behind it. That's the larger building that you can see, as well as all the track work activities going on to the side there.
Well, from a national rail point of view, it'll be excellent. We'll have one of the most modern facilities in Australia, most technically advanced facilities here for any servicing of the locomotives, and probably, I'd say, the envy of any of the states in Australia. They'll all be wishing they had something that could match this.
At the moment, we've got a temporary facility that's ready to service the locomotives out at Melbourne Freight Terminal as a backup, but this one will be ready in May of '97.
National Rail has again supported the Royal Flying Doctor Service with a donation of $25,000. Some of this money will help the service meet aircraft replacement costs. The RFDS has now taken delivery of all its new Pilatus PC-12 aircraft. These new planes give the service increased carrying capacity and a larger operation range. The handover of the cheque will take place on the 21st of November at a special ceremony in Port Augusta. Kalgoorlie is our feature depot in this news track, wrapping up our look at the Perth region. 61 drivers make up the team, based in the heart of the goldfields of Western Australia. They crew the trains to Perth and across the Nullarbor to Cook. Driver in charge David Burston takes up the story.
Since I've been in the rail system, which is about 25 years now, I've found National Rail to be completely different, and I love it.
How you going, Dave? Morning, Warren.
David?
Anne.
Oh, he's easily bribed.
Anne Fannin.
He's a good driver in charge. He's a hard bloke to work out, but he's a good driver. He's a good driver in charge.
I do David's work.
End up going interstate, and we also travel to Perth. So we get a variety of work. We're not sort of mundane, just sort of Perth to Kalgoorlie and Kalgoorlie to Perth.
I think the problem with Kalgoorlie being a depot in the middle of nowhere, where you really didn't have a home, we're sort of stuck between a rock and a hard wall as to trying to find a depot which we could call ourselves home. AN had control of Parkinson Yard, which made it awfully hard, and any safety matters that we wanted to attend to, we had to get written permission from AN.
In the middle of nowhere here, hopefully we will have our new mini intermodal yard and our new offices. It's before the board at the moment for approval. We can actually be on site where we actually do work with the trains instead of being in town, which is roughly 11 k's away.
Since NewsTrack was in Kalgoorlie, the board has approved the construction of an intermodal terminal at Parkston. At a cost of nearly $500,000, the terminal will be up and running by the end of February.
I think the intermodal yard at Parkston will be a big step forward for not only Kalgoorlie but National Rail. There's a tremendous amount of potential in the Kalgoorlie area.
No, I think it's all right. It's out of the bloody way, and what we're trying to do is do the right thing. We're like a middle team. We get our goods from Cook right through to Perth, and we do a good job.
No, I've only worked in the Kalgoorlie Depot, but I can't imagine another depot being as good as this one.
I didn't think I'd change jobs at 50 years of age, so I'm wrapped in what I'm doing and having a good time.
The Cook runs are a long way out there. There's not much to see. The Perth runs, you got more to see, more signals, more to do on the Perth, more concentration down the Perth than they have on the Cook one.
But the bloke that does the roster now is in bloody Melbourne umpiring bloody indoor cricket. He's having a bloody laugh, so he's got a week off. And the other bloke that's assisting him, he's got about 6 days off because the job got bloody cancelled. Now we think there's a bit of skullduggery going on there, and we can't get in on the act. But I've got 5 days off coming up soon, so I'm not worried. Just had 5 days off.
On a serious note, the Kalgoorlie Depot was home for Wayne Monk, who was tragically killed in the Hines Hill accident in January of this year. And this plaque now hangs in the office as a memorial from his workmates.
It was a real blow for the guys in Kalgoorlie and Kewdale, and no doubt National Rail in general. There was a period of probably 3 months that we sort of lost our direction. But once the guys come to grips with it and realised, that we need to go on, everybody got their act together and we're back on track now. Oh, National Rail, I can't praise them enough. The company, the way they looked after the families, the employees, right from management, top management, right through to the guys out on the ground. Just brilliant.
Before leaving Kalgoorlie, we must report that Terry Dwight, the surviving driver from the Hines Hill incident, has returned to normal duties. Part of his duties include being the depot's internal auditor for AS 9002 quality certification. Terry's severe burns have healed and he's in great shape. Keep up the good work, Terry, and all the best from everyone within the company.
This has been the 5th edition of NewsTrack, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who's contributed to these productions. It's important that all National Rail staff have a good understanding of our business, and this program hopefully provides you as an employee with valuable information about your company and your job. And on that note, I'd like to wish you all a happy and safe Christmas, and I'm looking forward to seeing and meeting with you in 1997.
And on that note, cheers from all of us here at NewsTrack, and we look forward to catching up with you in 1997. Oh, and by the way, to Gary Merrigan and all in Melbourne, the Melbourne region is our next port of call. We're looking forward to a full complement from the Merrigan men and women. Cheers for now, and all the best for the coming festive season.